welcome to Vlogmas Day 24. Wow. I am just enjoying my coffee this morning. I got the handmade order that had that delivery pickup, so likely she just came to a place that's like right where I live, literally right there where I applied to work. Okay, and so these are the ones that I got. I didn't order these, but she was out of the other earrings that I wanted, and so she just brought these as like a possible replacement, and I really love them. So look at that. So they're little bows with pearl drops on them. The other ones that I wanted were literally just like the gold bows, but I really do love the pearls too. And then I'll pop a picture of the other ones that I got for his sister. I do need to, either today or tomorrow, I need to finish up wrapping. I feel like I didn't bring my A game with my wrapping last time, which is fine. But this time I want to go really slow, and like, my thing is, if I measure wrong, I don't want to trim off the excess because I feel guilty about the paper waste. I don't know why. So my gifts end up a little like wonky. So this time I need to trim it all down, take my time, measure slowly, and finish up wrapping. There's not too terribly much more, I don't think, but that is something that I need to do. I'll probably do that today. I have a video idea that I've been wanting to film, and so I need to research that and then film it, so I might do that, so then I could have it up either on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. Probably on Christmas Eve, because people won't be wanting to watch YouTube as much on Christmas Day. So, and then after Christmas, it'll be pointless. So it is a video about like the Home Alone movie and like how it got made, some history behind it, just some fun facts about it. I'm so glad I thought about it, but I just split up my cookie trays into the two different Christmases that we're going to be having. So we're going to have his family, and then we're going to have my family. And so I'm like, okay, I've got to make sure that everybody has like enough cookies. And honestly, I think this means that cookies are locked for Travis and I. Travis and I can no longer have any cookies. We've had our free reign over the cookies for a few days, and this way I can bring them to the parties and my family can enjoy, and his family can enjoy some cookies. Okay, so his side has 4 people, so there's 3 or 4 there. And then my family has 3, but then I brought 1 extra because that's like a really ugly one. So technically Travis and I can have this specific ugly cookie. That is allowed. And then for the Thin Mints, I broke them up. I did like sets of 4 and then did sets of 3 and just evened them out until there is an even cluster for each family. I set those in the freezer so they can be preserved until the holidays. We still have a few days, so I just want to make sure that they're fresh and ready to go for the holiday. So I finally finished my script for my video, and I'm really excited. I did most of my research on the first night, and I thought I was going to be able to find more information about the development of Home Alone, perhaps some juicy tea about its development, but honestly it was a pretty straightforward development process, and so there's not like too much craziness that had happened in it. I did find some really fun facts that I am excited to share with you guys. I'm going to do my makeup now and then do my hair and get ready to film that. That way I can have it up hopefully tomorrow. I really hope that the people doing all the yard work are like stopped so I can film, because I definitely, like, you can definitely hear it whenever I'm filming in the background, but just have such a problem. I feel like they are doing this like every Monday and Friday, and that's a lot of days and a lot of days of filming, so it's not the most convenient. And I feel like I probably talked about it quite a bit in Vlogmas because it's happening so much. It's in the background of so many of my videos because I'm filming more for Vlogmas. It's interesting because whenever I did this for the film Breakfast at Tiffany's, which I did that for a class, so I had more benchmarks to hit, but I feel like I'm trying to follow some of the same benchmarks, like societal impact, you know, how it was made, how the actors got cast, different things like that. And I really couldn't find as much information or as much interesting information about Home Alone. But Breakfast and Tiffany's had so much to delve into, and there was so much interesting stuff that I found out about it. And there was some interesting stuff with Home Alone, but really not as much to really sink your teeth into. So I just thought that was interesting. And it's neither here nor there about, like, you know, what it possibly means, but it was just interesting. Okay, y'all. I can't believe it. I filmed that in 28 minutes, which usually for a sit-down talk-through video, that takes me like an hour. And that's even with pauses because my mail woman came. She always, for one, I feel like she comes so many times throughout the day. I don't understand her schedule, but she's here so often. Also, I checked my footage back and it is entirely in focus. And I think it looks really good. So I'm going to edit that now, and then I need to edit today's Vlogmas as well. I'm thinking about combining some days because I just had 2 really short days in a row. I'm gonna see how much footage there is. But anywho, I'm really proud of myself. I don't know, I don't know how it's gonna turn out. I feel like I didn't find, like I said, I didn't find as much interesting information about Home Alone to have in the video. I don't know, I just hope it pulls together, but I have high hopes. I'm eating a donut. I'm sorry it's just been another day that I haven't filmed that much, but I have been working on this video and I think I'm actually gonna get it up today. And in that case, I'm all right if I don't film another Vlogmas day. Or sorry, edit another Vlogmas day, which does put me rather behind, but I think it'll be okay. Tomorrow I'm going to have to wrap presents, so we'll definitely at least do that tomorrow. But I only have about an hour before Travis gets home, and I'm probably gonna be finishing up this video during that time, and then I'll probably want to get off of my computer. But anyway, let me talk about my party. So I did not get a heads up about when everybody was gonna arrive. I hadn't started my potpourri pot. I hadn't had time to do my nails yet. So I mean, that is just a part of like having a party. Not everything is going to go to your minute by minute plan. I mean, I hadn't even changed into like my, you know, cute outfit, which it kind of worked out because I didn't want to start the fries until everybody had gotten there. And so whenever I had changed into my cute outfit out of my work outfit, and then I started frying fries, and I'm like, this is gonna be awful if I get a grease stain on this pretty shirt. So I went back and I threw my like dirty shirt on over that. So it got really hot, but it was okay because the grease is obviously really hot and the stove is really hot. And then I have 2 shirts on. And so it went really well. Like I said before, my cocktail ended up being really strong, which was unfortunate. We were able to put some Sprite in it, but the guys kind of gave me crap about, you know, having them drink like lighter fluid and stuff. But hey, all I'm saying is that by the end of the night, there was no more cocktail. We had drank it all. Like, and I went to grab the last of it and I was like, hey, you know, does anybody want to top off, or am I fine just to grab the last glass, and every person who was drinking at the party was like, oh yeah, I'll take a little bit more, I'll take a little bit more. So I think it turned out pretty good. So yeah, we had burgers, those were good. It was so fun, like I mentioned in, I think it was yesterday's or the days before video, it was so fun getting to play with the kids. And I got to hold the little baby. I don't know, she's like 5 months old or so. Do you ever have those moments where either in the moment or like the next day you're like, yeah, that's a memory I'm going to have for like years to come? So I got to hold the baby while she was sleeping, and I was like rocking her to keep her asleep and all that. And I was also, in the other hand, had the trivia. And so that was just really fun to do. And I hopped between Christmas trivia and like just general knowledge history. And I have a friend who's so good at trivia. Like there was like a random battle. It was like, I was like, haha, this one is like dirty or something like that. And I can't remember what it was called. It was like Battle of the, oh, I think it was called the Battle of the Bulges. And it's like, oh, hot, this one is dirty. I'm just gonna do it because it's dirty, but I don't think anybody is going to recognize or know what it is. But whenever I say Battle of the Bulges, like everybody's gonna giggle. So I was like, oh, haha, this one is dirty. And I had barely gotten like the year out of my mouth. And he was like, Battle of the Bulges. I was like, how did you know that? And he was like, because he said it was dirty. So yeah, it was just like rocking the baby and doing the trivia, and that was so much fun. And it was really, really sweet. So I have a milk and cookie plate, like for Santa. And so the eldest of their kids is about 4 years old, and she like was very gently, I have a lot of glassware over there. She was very gently looking at my milk and cookie plate, and I was like, yeah, that's what it is. It's my plate for, for Santa. And she processes that information, and maybe like 2 hours later, she's like, hey, I need you to write a note for me. And I'm like, okay. And so she, she's like, okay, dear Santa. I'm like, dear Santa. And she tells me what she wants and all that. So we write it all. And then I have her sign her name, finish up the letter. So I'm looking around right before they leave as they're gathering all their stuff up, because I want her to have her letter to Santa so she can take it with her. And after I don't find it, and then after they leave, as I'm cleaning up, I realize that she has set it underneath my milk and cookies plate so that Santa can get her letter even from our house. And I just thought that was the most precious thing. Oh my gosh. Like I said, it's like being able to like, they're very clearly like not my kids, but like I get that pseudo feeling of like being a mom, or like just getting to interact with kids. I don't know how to explain it, but like it's like you get those like maternal feelings and get to satisfy those like maternal feelings that aren't right now. Like I even don't have like a dog, and I don't necessarily want a dog in my current phase of life. But even whenever I had a dog, I had a way to like satisfy those like maternal feelings. And so now, honestly, what I'm doing with those maternal feelings is I am trying to internalize them and be a really good support system for myself and for my partner and for my friends. They wanted to pull something up on YouTube, and I was in the bedroom changing, and I came out, and they were just like going through my search history and my recommendations, and it's like, obviously there's nothing like bad on there. It's just very intimate to who like I am and how my mind works. And so there's like my like beauty YouTubers, and there's like my gaming content, and I've honestly, it may be weird, but I really like the Young mukbangs. Only hers though, like I'm not into mukbangs like overall. I don't really like mouth noises, but I think she's just a very joyous person, and that's like what she does. So like I have like some people that I watch like competitive eating because I just think that's like very impressive. So anywho, it's like having somebody go through the most like intimate like recesses of your mind. It's like somebody reading like all the books that you read this year. It's like if you like, I wouldn't just have anybody, I wouldn't share that with just anybody. And he did say something. He was like, got some weird stuff on here. I'm like, thanks. Oh my gosh. Because the party was such a big feat of energy and excitement, it almost feels like Christmas is over. That like after Christmas time of like, oh yeah, we're back to like regular life. And I haven't opened a single present yet. And I haven't gifted a single present other than the white elephant, which they loved my white elephant gift, by the way. That was awesome. A guy ended up getting it and he was super excited about all of the elements. Even his girlfriend was like, it's like somebody bought everything that he would specifically want. So I think I read the crowd really well. Tomorrow is Christmas Eve. I need to wrap presents. That's about it. And then on the 25th, we're having Travis's family Christmas. On the 26th, we're gonna go over to my family's house and have our Christmas. Well, we're gonna go over on the 26th, stay the night, and then in the morning, we're gonna have like a Christmas morning situation where you wake up and open presents. The YouTubers I love, Jessica and Tyler, gave a really good cinnamon roll recipe, and that's what my family has done for years. I mean, for one, it's very easy to do cinnamon rolls, but I don't often get cinnamon rolls either. So it's kind of a fun way to like keep things easy, but also have it be a tradition. But this year, I am going to try my hand at, and I think my mom is gonna do part of it just so it's not so much labor. And it doesn't stress us out too much. So she's gonna do part of the recipe, and then whenever I get over there, we'll do the second half. But we're gonna do a cinnamon roll recipe from scratch, which I don't know, I've heard it's a really good recipe. And I don't really do a lot of things from scratch. She does, definitely. She does like her own sourdough and things like that. So anywho, I am gonna finish getting this video uploaded. All I have to do is the thumbnail and the tags, which is really not a lot of work compared to the rest of the work. So that'll be good. And then I probably need to focus on what I'm gonna cook for dinner. I don't really know. I could do, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do tacos. I was craving like homemade tacos the other day, so that'll be good. Let me get my turkey out of the fridge. Let that defrost a little bit. Yes, I think I've already shown you my homemade taco recipe. I just got done editing a video and then I edited part of another, so I still have like 20 minutes left for a full day. I think today is the last full day of Vlogmas, which it has been such a journey full of ups and downs, but I don't feel like there's been a lot of like downs throughout this time, although I have cried a lot, so you would think that there were, but no. It's been a lot of good times, a lot of good memories, and I'm so happy to have shared that with you guys. And I know I had so much fun, and so I hope you did as well. And it's not officially the end. We still have today and a little bit of tomorrow. It's just, I don't know. I think it snuck up on me that it's gonna be the last video, you know, because I've been so behind on the videos that I've been uploading that I haven't, like, it's just been like film, edit, you know, like a whole routine and a process that, you know, you're not necessarily paying attention to how many days are left, I guess. So, like I said, I have just had so much fun. This has been such a learning experience, and not just, oh, videoing and uploading every day, but it's been such an awareness of, I guess, really almost a healing journey in a way, because there's been so many things that I've processed and challenged with you guys, like my self-worth, my value in putting things out like on the internet. Usually in my day, especially with the work that I do, it's very isolated and can get very rote if you don't break up the pattern. And I feel like filming myself every day and becoming aware of how much I do in a day, how much is worthwhile for filming, it's like, but at the same time, having things to film to make things interesting for you guys is making my life more interesting, is making my day more valuable, or seeing how much hard work I put into a day. It's like holding up a mirror to yourself, and it's like, actually, I did do a lot today. Because sometimes you can get to the end of the day and you're like, man, I felt like I was lazy all day. But then if you actually write out what you did, or have some way to hold up that mirror for yourself of what you actually accomplished in a day, you can recognize like, oh, I actually wasn't lazy at all. I actually did a lot. And so I feel like filming and editing has made me a lot more like self-reflective. It's like a symbiotic relationship. I'm doing more for you guys to keep it entertaining, but then I'm also doing more to enjoy my life. So it's been a very fulfilling process, because usually my days are not this interesting, or they don't feel as interesting, and I feel quite lazy all the time. It's just been a very interesting process, and I'm really excited. I've gained a handful of new subscribers throughout this process, so if you're new here, like I'm so happy that you're here. I really love doing lifestyle videos because I love watching lifestyle videos, and I just find them so interesting. And then I also am an actor and a writer, and I'm trying to pursue a career in entertainment. And so like that's who I am. That's what my videos are about. Like if you like film, if you like, I guess, education in a way, and like film education, like that's something that I'm really interested in as well. So I'm still finding my niche here on YouTube, but I know who I am and I know what I want to give to the world. I really love comedy in a way. Like I think I can be a very funny person, but I just have to hope that you also enjoy my sense of humor. And so I really like, that is fun to me. So I'm just excited for what this new year is going to bring to me and to my channel. And I want to put in a lot of work for myself and show up for myself. Like I think I don't want to cry again. I can't cry again for Vlogmas. And I always pick a word, or I usually pick a word for the year, just a guiding light. And literally in this moment, this word just came to me. But whenever I think about the new year and I think about myself, in my relationship with myself, I just have the word devotion or commitment. But I feel like I'm devoted. I want to be devoted to myself next year. I feel like I'm always really inspired to make my life better and to work hard for myself and improve my life. But I think next year it's just going to be even more so. I guess I'm tired of living by people's perceived judgments, or what I perceive to be their judgment. There's a lot that I want to accomplish in my life, and I feel like I've only scratched the surface, and that can be daunting and exhilarating at the same time, because at the same time that you're like, well, I don't even know what I'm going to be able to accomplish in my life, or I don't even know what I'm going to be able to accomplish in my life, and know with how hardworking I am. And I feel like I lost that. I lost that drive for so long as I was like in recovery from my divorce and things like that. Should I go really bold today? What about that sparkly red? Kind of like all over the lid. Ooh, it's a risk, but it would be really pretty. Okay, let's try it. We're gonna do this together, all right? You gotta hold my hand. But as I was recovering from my divorce, I lost my drive, and I thought that I was just gonna shrivel up, curl up in a ball, and just be done. The world was so overwhelming. That is not me at all. And so, of course, like that determination, it was just resting. It just needed a moment, and I can feel that it's back, and I'm so excited. I don't have clarity about the future at all, but I feel a sense of trust in myself and in my future, that I am responsible enough for me to take care of myself. So I'm just excited to see what I can accomplish, and really just, if what I've accomplished, okay, this is crazy. If what I have accomplished since my divorce has been a fraction of what, and don't get emotional. If what I've accomplished since my divorce is a fraction of what I'm capable of, a fraction of my energy in life, because my divorce made me so tired, and I feel like I've woken up. So if that's what I did while I was exhausted, what am I going to be able to accomplish whenever I have had rest? I have achieved rest, and I want to get back to it. I want to get back to my life and get back to, to almost quote Throne of Glass, like to get back to my fire heart. Like, okay. Anywho, I've been talking for way too long. I am going to finish up my makeup, and then we are going to wrap presents, which is exciting. And then I'll probably go to the, let's see, I have work at 2. Maybe go to the gym. And I mean, this is my usual day, right? You've seen this for weeks now. That I've got to, what I've got to do. I've got to work out. I've got to edit. I've got to work now. And there's really not too much more to it than that. I do want to watch some Christmas movies and things like that. I might want to, I haven't ever watched Krampus. So either today or the day after Christmas, I'm gonna be watching that one, so I can give you my thoughts on that. I'm gonna go now. Love you guys. See you in a minute. Okay, I decided that I'm going to watch the Sabrina Carpenter Christmas and wrap presents. It's like a nonsense Christmas with Sabrina Carpenter. Merry Christmas. So yeah, we just had our Christmas between Travis and I, and then we're going over to his family's place today. So we've got all of our Christmas treats and Christmas presents ready to go. So we wrapped some of them and then we put them in a box, and then we wrapped that box and we smashed it with a hammer. But I think that's a good idea. It makes everything easier to transport too, because then you're just grabbing, like, you know, we have 4 people that we have gifts for, so there's just 4 boxes that we have to grab, and they can unwrap it, and then it's a whole mixed bag whether or not it's like wrapped or just in there. So it's kind of like a fun goodie box. It was a very good Christmas. I got the perfume that I wanted, so I got the L'Interdit by Givenchy.